Good morning. Welcome to Stampin' Chat. I am just checking that we are in the right place. Let's have a quick refresh. See if anyone is joining us. Facebook seems to be really slow at catching up at the moment. And it gets quite scary. Let's take my jacket off because I can't see if I'm actually in the right place or not, because it's not coming up. So I'm just going to hang fire. Okay, I've had a notification to tell me that I'm live, but actually looking at my page, I'm not there yet, which isn't so handy because okay, I found me. Let me share this to my group. Hopefully some of you will be popping by to say hello this morning. Just sharing this over. There we go. Okay, that's over in my group. I can see there's somebody here. Okay, sharing all done, and I'm in the right place, which is good. Good morning, how are we all? Another week has gone by. Goodness gracious, where are these weeks flying to? So I'm glad to be back this morning with a bit of live stamping with you. We are focusing on the All Things Fabulous stamp set, which is really, really pretty, really lovely. And we are on week 3 of using this stamp set. So if you are stamping with me live, I know a few of you have messaged me to say you cannot actually join me this morning live, but you will follow up on the replay later on. We've all got busy lives, we've all got things going on and appointments that we have to attend. So without further ado, I'm going to do a bit of chat later about what's going on in the world of Stampin' Up. But for now, I think I will get on with some stamping. So if you are stamping with me live this morning, those who purchased the kits for me, so basically, oh morning Jacqueline, how are you today? How are you keeping? I did watch you, saw you live the other day, part of it, and I had to get on with something else, so I do need to go back in and finish watching. So nice to see you back and crafting, it's lovely. Yes, so those that have purchased these kits received the Rococo Rose ink pad, but I'm also using the shaded spruce because this was part of a previous Stampin' Chat offering, so I know a lot of you have already got that colour. These are the first 2 cards that we created, so the first and second week. This is the one we did last week, so pretty simple, nothing too daunting. So if you are stamping with me live, you need to pull out your card kit number 3. Let's pop these to one side for the moment. Surrounded by things here. Okay. So this is what you're going to need. So you'll need a Whisper White base for the card. You should have an insert in there. A piece of Just Jade, and this is for your front layer. Another piece of Rococo Rose, and then a die cut shape. I've already die cut mine just for the sake of time. A strip, can't pick anything up today, a strip of Designer Series paper. So this is our pattern paper, the early release one, the Classic Christmas. It did go out of stock. It was out of stock last week when I spoke with you, but it's back in now. I ordered a few packs yesterday ahead of our sale that's happening today because I wanted them to come before all of the sale orders went through. And then you've probably got a strip or 2 of Just Jade for your greeting. So yeah, we're having an online sale today. It started at 11 o'clock last night and it goes through until about, I think it's 10:50 this evening if you want to order online. I did hear that there may have been some problem with the online ordering system this morning, but I do believe that Stampin' Up! Are working on that, so hopefully that will be resolved. Okay, let me bring in the card. Jacqueline, you're very well. You've got a day off today, so you're happy. Oh, fabulous. Lovely to have a day off. I can see blue sky out there as well. It's not going to be too bad. I've not looked at the forecast, so I'm not sure if we've got any rain coming, but it doesn't look too bad out there at the moment. It's quite still. So this is today's card. We're going to be doing some background stamping on our Just Jade layer, using the shaded spruce ink, and then a bit of fussy cutting with flowers again, unless you've got the dies. So let's just pop that to one side. Now I've mounted up my stamps already, but just so that you know, you will need 2A and 2B. You'll need 1A and 1B. We're also using one of these leaves, either will do, it doesn't matter which one. And then let's turn it back that way. 6A and 6B. We did use this one last week as well. So, and then a greeting. I'm using this one here. You make the flowers smell sweeter and the sunshine brighter, but you can use whatever you like for yours. Okay, so let's have a clear sheet to start with. Let's just fold this one in half, and then I can pop that to one side, ready to layer on. And I always pop my insert just inside there so that I don't accidentally pick up that piece thinking it's a bit of scrap white. Now I think we'll start off first with stamping of some flowers, and then we'll come back to stamping the background. So if you've got your spongy foam mat, I've got a bit of scrap paper on mine, bring that in, because it's a really good idea to use that with the photopolymer stamps. So we'll start off with the rounder flower of the two. So just to show you, the other one is slightly more squashed, I would say, for want of a better word. So we'll start with that one. We're going to do a bit of stamping off, because if I just bring the card back in for you, you can see we're using the larger image of the two-step stamping as the background one, so it needs to be second generation colour. Now if you remember, or if you've not seen the previous videos for this series, in an ideal world you need 2 different shades at least to get full potential from this stamp set. But for the sake of keeping the budget at a reasonable cost for you guys, I just included the one ink pad. So if you've got a deeper or a lighter shade of pink, then you could also use that. So let's take some scrap, and we're going to start. I'm not going to waste my original. Let's have a look. Just let Facebook catch up a minute, make sure that I'm in shot. And I have zoomed quite down in. I'm going to stamp one in full strength, and then one in second generation. So you can see that's quite a difference in colour. Now you could actually huff on this one again, so like breathe on it, give it a good huff, and you would get a much paler version of that. And then do you remember we have the little pointer on this stamp, and basically you line in. I find this one easier to focus on these white gaps in the middle, although there is a pointer up here and there's a pointer mark just up here. I find it easy once I've inked just to try and line in those center kind of gaps. So let's have a go. Really conscious about my hair getting into the camera as well. I was doing a Facebook Live with my team last night, and because I'm hovering right over where my phone is, I was really conscious. I could see my hair popping by the camera, so I may have to start putting it up out of the way. Okay, now I've inked it. I don't see it so well, but we're going to try it. That's not too bad. And just for the sake, now this is dried, I'm going to pop one over the top of here as well, and just see whether we get a different shade. So you can see that there is a darker shade there once it's dried. We'll leave that to dry and we'll have a look at it after and see how it comes out. So that's the first flower. Next I'm going to take the slightly narrower one, and we'll do the same again. We'll stamp it down once, and then we're going to stamp it off next door to it. That's pretty. And then pop in the second stage. Morning Ellie, you're going to catch up. You've got homeschooling to do. Oh yes, I know you've got issues with children having to be home from school. Bless you. Well, you get on with that important work. You can come back to this later on as a bit of reward and you time. Okay, I think it's hard to see. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. So we've got both of our flowers stamped. What I'm going to do as we are stamping is just put the Rococo Rose to one side for the moment and bring in the shaded spruce. I don't know how you guys manage with the homeschooling. Like you say, you've got to give constant supervision to keep them occupied and keep them on their toes and make sure that they're doing what they should be. So I don't envy you on that one. So leaves, we're going to have one full strength and one stamped off. Love that colour. Love that second generation. It's just so just jade. And then next we're going to take these two little stamps. So this is like this little spray of flowers, and we're going to have the stem as a full strength colour, and then the buds on it we'll stamp off and have those in second generation. Now I can't see what I was doing there, but that wasn't bad considering I didn't have a very good view. So we've got two flowers, two leaves and our little spray of flowers. I think that will do for the time being. We'll come back to our greeting after. I'm going to need that one, so let's leave that one there. We'll do our fussy cutting after as well, so we can have a bit of chat while we snip. And we're going to bring back this leaf and bring in our just jade layer as well, and we're just going to be randomly stamping all over here off the edge, but I'm going to be using second generation, so we need to ink it, take off the ink and then stamp it down each time, so we could have a bit of wobble going on here, and we're just randomly stamping all the way over this card. Now bearing in mind the majority of the centre, let's turn that one, is covered over with our Rococo Rose. Oh, I've lost my, I'm talking, obviously can't do two things at once. Lost my train of concentration then. So the centre part is covered over with your Rococo Rose layer. So focus on the outside of your card. Let's just add a couple of small pieces coming in, and then I'm just going to hover over my piece of Rococo that's fine. That's totally fine. I don't have any big gaps happening. Isn't this leaf just lovely? Right, now ink and stamps can go to one side for the moment because we won't be needing that until we do our greeting. I'm going to take that one away and bring in. Now can you see, even though this is dried, we still do have a couple of different tones there, even though they are both straight from the ink pad. There's no second generation on either of those, so it's quite interesting that you can still get a different depth of colour. Right, so we'll just trim around these. So if you haven't popped onto my page for a day or two, the sale, as I said earlier, has gone live, and just be aware that the 10% off is for annual catalogue products only. So nothing from the little mini, the winter mini supplement, nothing from there sadly, only from the annual catalogue. And there is a list of exceptions, so not the whole of the catalogue is included. If you head over to my website at kerrytims.co.uk, you will see there I've popped up a list, or a link to a list that shows you what is not included. So it's a really good time to top up on, you know, maybe inks or your blends pens. I'm gradually growing my collection of Stampin' blends. I absolutely love them. I was colouring with them last night. So if you haven't tried them yet, I really do recommend giving them a try. They are the perfect adult colouring in pen. So they're not like your ordinary felt tip pen where you get lines when you colour. They're just brilliant. So I'm just snipping around these flowers, keeping my scissors pretty still. Oops, that was close. And turning my paper while I do so. Is anyone else joining in this morning? Where's my rubbish bin gone? It's behind me. I don't know why it's there. It's not much use over there. So that's 2 flowers, and then we'll just trim out these leaves. So also, anybody placing an order with me today, just during the sale, it doesn't have to be sale items, but if you place an order with me today, either you can contact me direct. I'm going to be popping through another order towards lunchtime after I've done my second live this morning. I'm good at saying that word, aren't I? When I watch back, I do realise how many times I use that word. So yes, if you shop online with me or place an order direct for collection from my safe place, I will be giving an extra free gift. Sorry, I'm cutting out of shot, concentrating, and you can't even see what I'm doing. Yep, so I'm offering a free little gift, just something from me to say thank you for shopping with me. So if you are shopping online and your order is over £30, please also use my host code for November, because you will get an extra gift in the post and a hand stamp card from me as well. And that gift is from me. It's not endorsed by Stampin' Up in any way. I pay for that gift. Any gifts that I offer, I pay for. Or with the host code, the way that works is that multiple people place orders online that go towards one actual order. So then once that order reaches £150, Stampin' rewards are offered, and I split those rewards between everyone who has placed an order online with me that month. So that's how it works. So, but the free gift I'm offering today with any orders is from me. I will be buying that for you. Okay, so we have some stamped, left quite a lot of white on that bit. Just going to go back in and trim a bit off. But that's apart from our greeting, that's all of our stamped pieces. There, that's better. Fussy, aren't I? Okay, so let's bring in our base. So bring your Whisper White in, and we can stick down this Just Jade layer because there are no ribbons or anything going behind this one. It can just go straight down. So a bit of Tombow all the way around the edge. Oh, I've got ink on me. Yeah, so the reason I'm offering an extra free gift with orders today is because it was my birthday on Sunday. So I just thought it would be nice to give something back, give a little extra something. Okay, that layer is down. Find your Rococo Rose piece of cardstock, and you will need your little sponge wedge that was part of your kit. And then we're just going to, what have I done with my mat? Hiding it under my bin. Move this, ink that up, take a bit off, and I'm just going to sponge around the outside. Just to add a bit of depth. Now it can be entirely up to you how strong you make, there is quite a lot of ink on my sponge, how strong you make this sponging around the outside. That's all down to the look that you like. Now you all know that I am a subtles girl and I don't deal well with too much colour, so I think that will be enough for me for now. So you can pop your sponge to one side and then locate this skinny strip from this is the Classic Christmas designer paper. Love this pack of paper. As I said, I ordered a few packs yesterday because you may have seen I'm doing a Christmas hoop kit in the post, and it includes a quarter of a pack of that paper. So I was starting to slightly panic because it was out of stock, but I did know it was coming back in. So let's start with snipping the end first, and then I'll know what length I want it. So I want it just to overhang this end and overhang this side as well, and it's going underneath this layer. So round about there, just straighten that off. And this is going central onto my card base, and I want this one to be around about here. So I'm going to pull that out. What I tend to do is just hold it there and flip it down. Bit of Tombow on the back. The reverse of that is quite nice as well, isn't it? And then just flip it back up, and hopefully it should be roughly in the right place. Use that line above there to guide me, and we'll just check. I think that will be okay. Maybe could have gone with going a bit higher. Good old Tombow, bit of wiggle room, that's going to be hidden. Okay, next we can pop this Rococo Rose layer down. So Jacqueline, what have you got planned for your day off? Bit of crafting maybe? That would be fun. Trouble is we all have so many other things we need to do as well, don't we? So I try to think that, you know, crafting is our reward. So we do all the jobs that have to be done first, and then we reward ourselves with a bit of creative time. So this is Sahara Sand, and these are the Tasteful Label dies. I'm just going to grab them and show you. I've used these very much I use them a lot, and I think I've used them throughout the whole series, the 3 rounds so far of Stampin' Chat. Probably at the moment one of my most used die sets, so something you should really consider if you've got a die cutting machine. Such a useful set of labels, you know, that layer and work together. Just lots of possibilities. Really, really fun set. One that I go to a lot. So let's take this layer and pop some dimensionals on the back, because I want this one to pop up a little bit. And then our flowers we will just stick on flat without any raising. Pull off the backing. And then this is just laying down centrally in the middle of this panel, like that. Jacqueline, you're crafting but only after the hoovering. I know, that's what I say, we have to do the mundane jobs first and then reward ourselves, because you know what it's like, once we get everything out and we start crafting, the time just flies. Actually flies. I spend my days over here in the studio, and honestly I don't know where the time goes. Just don't know where it goes. So right, label is down. I think next we need to stamp our greeting, because this will determine where our flowers are going to sit above. So as I said, I've mounted up this one. You make the flowers smell sweeter and the sunshine brighter. And I've used the shaded spruce ink. Let's just bring my mat back in. Give that one an ink. Start with it straight on my grid. And hope that we can get it down straight. If not, we have the emergency. Oh, I missed a bit. How did I manage that? Let's use the emergency side. I'm trying to hover over, not have my hair hang into the camera. That's better. How pretty is that? I just love the combination of these two fonts together. Now I need to grab my banner punch, which is still on my shelf. This is the triple banner punch. I use this a lot. And then I showed you a little tip last week. Just grabbing a pen. To find easier to line it up into the punch, if you make a little point at the centre of here, and then when you pop it in your punch, you can line up this point marker with the center point of the triangle that you want to cut out of this piece, like so. And then 9 times out of 10 it's pretty central. Pop you to one side and snip a bit off of the edge. Hope that's not too long. That will be fine. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this one straight down, so just a bit of Tombow on the middle. If anybody pulls this card apart, they're going to see my little happy accident on the back. But I mean, who would pull it apart? Let's go a little bit lower actually, because we've got quite a lot of excuse me, flowers to go above there. Okay. So we'll bring back in our flowers and our leaves, and I'm just going to press these down into the palm of my hand, give them a bit of shape. Like that. We'll start with the larger flower, so we're going to have this one over this side and then the larger one over here. So Tombow on the back, and probably have them overlapping a little. So something a bit like that. We don't want to cover over our greeting. So I think somewhere up there, and then this one can go in next door to it. So Tombow on there. And just twist that one a bit. So that it's not covering over any of my greeting. And we can take these leaves and a bone folder and just curl the edges up. And this little one as well. And then a bit of Tombow on the back. Share that bit with that one. Not to drop it. And just layer these in behind. Like that. You can just see a bit, I'm just using my adhesive remover. You can see a bit of glue there shining away. And next, this little one we're going to pop down under this flower here. I might put it in a bit more on this one because I've got a little gap there, but I do have a gap on my original card, so I might just have it overlapping down a bit like that. And next you need to take your linen thread and we're going to create a double bow. I should have found the edge of this before I started. Hoping that's the end, yes. It's quite often tucked in. Just going to straighten that out a bit. Now to do a double bow, I create a bow first, but I don't pull it tight. So I make my loop, hold it around the back and pull it through. And when I've got a rough bow shape, I make a marker point of what length that would be, and then I pull it straight and I'm going to cut a length that's twice as long, like so, and then snip it into 2 pieces. And then I do the process again. So I make a loop, fold it around the back, and then I pull it through this gap. And then twizzle with it until I'm happy. Make that one a bit shorter. And then just give those a good, hold both of the loops and the centre and just give them a pull, a good pull and a tug to straighten them out a bit, even up those tails. A glue dot is always handy at this point, so I'm just going to pick one up and we'll pop it, oop, didn't want to stay, down here, like so. And there we go. All we need to do now is add some champagne jewels. So these are like our rhinestones and pearls, but they're just a champagne colour. And I'm going to do like the triangle setup. So one down at the bottom Then we'll go probably medium sized over here somewhere, and maybe one up over here. Have a smaller one up here, like that. And then I think we're done. So there we go. What time are we? 10:35. So that wasn't too long to create that card. Hope you've enjoyed putting it together if you're stamping with me live. If not, and you're on catch up, hope you're enjoying it equally. So let's pop something on the inside. Let's have a look. What have we got? Wishing you all things fabulous. I think that would be good. Let's locate. I'm going to just pull this stamp off. Pop it to one side. And take out my wishing you all things fabulous. Bring in my mat. Let's turn it over. Start with cardstock somewhat straight. Let's have a bit of space. Mount up my greeting. And then bring back in the shaded spruce. Ink that one up. And pop it down in the middle. Let's move my hair out of the way first, because I need to hover right over here. Wishing you all things fabulous. There we go. Shall I put some leaves on here? Maybe we'll have this little sprig, because I do like this one. Just pop this one over here. And then stamp off. Like so. And there we go. Let's pop that in our card and then we are finished. You like my bow, Jacqueline? You think I make it look easy? Well, I just think some people do genuinely struggle to tie a bow. And I don't have a problem with it. I never have. I've always managed to do it. So, although I am finding that the feeling in my fingertips isn't as good as it used to be. Now, I don't know if that's just kind of a winter thing, because I really do suffer. My circulation is awful and I suffer with cold hands and cold toes. My hands are really cold now. And I do sometimes get chilblains in the winter. My feet get really cold. So I don't know whether it's that my fingertips, you know, I feel like I've lost the sensation a bit, but I'm still managing to tie a bow okay, so it can't be too bad. So there's the middle of our card, and that one's finished. I'm sure someone would be overjoyed to receive this in the post. So let's just bring in the other two to go with it. Just loving this colour combo. I have repeated this colour combo for my Crafternoon tea, so I'll just quickly remind anybody that might be interested in this event. It's on the 6th of December at Bowden Hall Hotel in Gloucester. It's the same hotel that I do my retreats at, so beautiful hotel, beautiful surroundings. The grounds are beautiful, the food is amazing, they really do look after us there. So even if you're thinking of coming to the Cotswolds to have a stay over somewhere, you would most enjoy being there. It's lovely. So this is on the 6th of December, it's 1 o'clock until 4 o'clock, and we will create a boxed set of cards. I think we've got 3 cards and we're decorating the box as well, so quite a bit to do in an afternoon. It's £45 and it includes afternoon tea and a glass of Prosecco or something non-alcohol if you would prefer. I am including a little bit of product within that class as well. So booking is closing today, so I need to know today if you'd like to join us. There are only a few coming. I'm only at half capacity of what we had last year, but that's totally understandable that people aren't, ready to mingle and mix yet. So we will all be having our own table to craft at, so there'll be plenty of space. You'll be sat a couple of meters away from the next person, and I will organise the day so that there's only one person stamping at a table at a time. So we will do it safely, and of course we have to adhere to all the government guidelines anyway, so it will be safe, it will be fun, and it will be a treat. That's the way I'm looking at it. So that closes today. What else? Where is my list? Because I have to write things down because I forget. I'm opening up booking for my next round of Stampin' Chats, basically because it doesn't go live. I'm looking for the project. It doesn't go live until the 15th of December, but I'm including the Coming Home stamp set and 3 stamping blends. Okay, so now I am including just the light. I needed at least 3 colours to go with this new session, and the budget wouldn't allow me to put the light and the dark, so you will get the light version included. I will keep the dark version for another crafting class, but if you would like to add on the dark version, they work out at £4.25 each, so it's £38.95. So it includes the stamp set, it includes the 3 blends, you'll get your wedge, you'll get your 5 card kits, and that includes postage and packaging as well, because that's all extra on top. And you will obviously, did I say 5 card kits and envelopes pre-cut? I can't remember. But this is the first card that I've designed. So this is a non-Christmas class. So even though this stamp set, when you first look at it, looks very Christmassy, and obviously it's designed to be Christmassy. We've got trees and we've got snow and we've got wreaths, but I think this stamp set has just so many possibilities. So the whole of the Stampin' Chat will be non-Christmassy. I've designed another project as well, which is going to be like a congratulations for a wedding or an anniversary, or it could be used for a christening. So we'll be using the blends to colour in the stamped images, and if you want to add on the dies that go with it, you can do that as well. But most of the things I will be just fussy cutting around. They're quite easy shapes to cut around. So that's my next round of Stampin' Chat. So I'm really looking forward to that, because colouring in is just fun. So without further ado, I don't know if I've got anything else to share with you. I've had some lovely catalogues come through. I am not allowed to show you the inside, sadly, as much as I would love to. So if you don't already have a demonstrator, if you've stumbled across me today and you've enjoyed watching what I've been doing, and you would like to receive these catalogues at the end of December, please do get in touch. If you've already got a demonstrator, then contact them. They will have catalogues available for you. But if you've never come across Stampin' Up before, if you're looking for something to do in these strange times, then I think crafting is just such a lovely thing to take our minds off of everything. So we have the celebration promotion coming in January, along with this new mini catalogue, which is divine. As I said, I'm not allowed to show you inside of there. I am not permitted to do that. The other thing I just wanted to mention is we have last days for shopping on the 9th of December. So if you are stuck to know what to get a friend for Christmas, if you don't know what you would like for Christmas, maybe your family have been asking you what to get and you would like to maybe have some new products from that mini catalogue coming your way in January, you can purchase, or you can send your family to me and purchase gift vouchers I will be creating some nice little pockets for these to sit in, so you won't just receive a little printed voucher, you'll receive a little creation from me with your gift voucher inside. I can do them for any value you desire, even as small as £5, that's totally fine. I can do whatever you like. So rather than having like a wish, well, you can have a wish list. I do have wish lists that I can pop on my website that you can print off if you like. But I will be offering gift vouchers. I just think it's difficult to know what to get. A lot of people are having to shop online nowadays, and I just think having a voucher for something that you would like to spend that brings you joy is a good option. So I will leave you with that thought. I will be back at 11:30 for the next round of the ornamental envelopes. Stampin' Chats, so a bit of Christmas crafting coming. I'm hoping some of you might come back and join me later. But anyway, for now, I'm going to go and head over back to the house and have some breakfast and get my phone on charge before I go live again. So thank you for joining me. Take care, everybody, and I'll speak with you very soon. Bye for now.